What's up, Jay? Get a few more moments for people to show up. How's it coming along, Jay? You are you starting to have those aha moments yet? Hey, everything retracing. Let's see. I'm gonna start in about a minute. Let's see. Tesla dropped. All right. Good, good, good. What we got here? I'm gonna keep that in. All right. So I'm just gonna get into it. It's just me and you right now. If people show up, they show up. So let me so here's odd USD. So I said I wanted to go over odd USD because at the point where it's at right now is it's right back at these structural highs. And what I'm seeing here is a nice price trap. I think we've to know what a price trap is by now. So if this is the double top, right? That means price has touched this twice, right? And that's where we are so far with this odd USD. We had a channel that's been respected all the way up to this double top, right? On both sides, right? Channel has respected this odd USD. Let's throw in our support and resistances. As you see, this area is the area of interest. We have a few more areas. I don't want to put all of them in because we're looking at where it's at now. Where it's at now is price trapping. It's H4. So now we got it all nicely price trapped up. We have the trend of the channel that's being respected. It's at a double top. So I'm going to put my fractals in. We have a lot of fractals on these retest areas and up here. Let's go to daily. We also have a fractal on the daily on this double top. Do we have one for the weekly yet? We have some areas, like see this area right here. And I go over to the weekly and I see stuff like this. This is textbook. Put the line charts in, right? Right here is an area of interest. You see it? Support, resistance, support, support, resistance. So I'm gonna be looking carefully at this area because price could possibly come all the way up here and then make bearish incentives and come down. So still got room to push back up. This will be a nice setup. So this is a perfect setup for me because obviously we have the double top, we have the trend line. So what can happen? Two scenarios could happen is it's gonna squeeze in here and burst either to the upside. We could probably see a nice burst up. And then if it bursts up, then we have a retest. Always has to come back and retest this as a floor before it comes back to that weekly. See, the weekly is not too far away, but if it bursts, it's going to come back and touch this weekly. When it comes to this weekly and it starts rejecting, making head and shoulders, double top, triple tops, whatever incentives are bearish, then this is just going to drop and destroy all these floors. This is a weekly. These are H4s. This one's strong. The weekly is stronger than these H4 levels, right? But if we can get a, oh, in a second. So we can get a break out of this trend line. And even when if it breaks, let's say it breaks, let me make that a different color. If it breaks out of this trend line, right? No more higher highs and stuff, right? And it gets right here, pulls back and retests the trend line. And it gets to the trend line and it makes maybe a double top, triple top, whatever bearish incentives, then it's gonna blow right through this floor. And this will be the target area. These are the only choices that we have right here. Of course, there could be other choices. It could sit here and consolidate, but these are the moves that I'm looking for on this odd USD. Now, if this move happens where it breaks this, retests and start going to the downside, I also have an extra trade that we can take. And that would be GBP odd. Only if this move happens though. So if this happens and then retest and we're going this, then I'm gonna get in GBP odd. Where'd I put it at? So let me GBP odd. The reason why, because that will mean this will illustrate that Australia is weak, right? So if Australia is weak, then look at GBP odd. That means GBP will probably beat out Australia. So it's on a channel too. Respecting the channel every time. And it's at the bottom of a channel. It's soon to touch this bottom of this channel. So if that odd USD breaks, so we're looking for this move to come down here and push back up here. Now, odd USD being, see if odd USD does that move, I believe we can maybe get a breakout of this trend, a retest of this trend and this support, and then we can start taking odd GBP odd back up to this level. These will be the two moves that I'm be looking for. And see, I wanted more people to be on here. That's fine. I'm gonna put these on the Discord, because these are going to be the next moves that we're looking for. And obviously, if this doesn't happen and it does this, you know, if odd USD breaks then and goes to the upside, then obviously this is what's going to happen to GBP odd. GBP odd is going to break this trend line. It's going to come and retest it. And when it breaks this trend line, it's going to dump hard. It's already like, look at this. It's already been dumping. But if GBP odd doesn't fall and become bearish, this is going to keep pushing. And this, see, it's already, that trend line is already at this retest area right here. But we talking about dropping more. What's going on the weekly? Because GBPI has been dropping like crazy. So we had that retest area. What would be the next? Okay, I see it. The next major retest area. Right over there. Somewhere in that area. It's going to keep dropping down. So these are the next moves that we have. Oh, why did that look like that? I try to make it as less sloppy as possible. What is this red move line right here? Let's delete that. All right. So, like I said, GBP odd is in a channel going down. The next moves we can get is the touch of the channel, come up, retest, and fly this way if odd USD does this move right here. And the reason why I'm saying this because I got to make a video. When it comes to major pairs like AU and then its counterpart trade AJ, if AU and AJ are making major moves, then all the rest of the odds are going to go somewhat in those areas. So if you're looking at New Zealand CAD and you're thinking that New Zealand CAD is going to be bearish, but New Zealand dollar is bullish, you might want to step back. Your major pairs, they're major for a reason. They're the major currency. So if New Zealand dollar is bullish, let's look at New Zealand dollar. I want to make sure you understand this, what I'm trying to say. So New Zealand dollar is a major pair, right? I haven't looked at this in a while. So see how bullish it is? It's been pushing up. So guess what? New Zealand CAD's probably pushing up too. See? New Zealand CAD has pushed up. Obviously, it dropped a little bit because there was Canadian news, but it's still on an uptrend. So when I'm looking to trade New Zealand pairs or Australia pairs or Euro pairs, I'm looking at the major. I'm going to look at EU. I'm going to see what EU's doing before I take a Euro CAD trade or Euro Chef, just to see what the majors are doing. Because the majors are, oh, look at odd CAD. See, Canada dropped, had some bad news. Okay, check this out. I'm gonna share this with you. I'm gonna share this with you. I already talked about this trade. This is on the monthly. This is on the monthly, bro. So on the monthly, we have a trend that broke out in the monthly. It broke out. I'm waiting, even though I see this retest area right here. I am waiting so diligently for a retest or maybe another retest of this line so I can take this all the way back to these structure highs. How many times have we seen this on the M15? The same structure of setup. How many times we've seen this on the H4 and we took these trades? It's on the monthly. Man, honestly, if I would have just saw this, well, I actually was in the buy. I just let it hit my TP. Man, it's bullish for the monthly. But if I can get one more retest down there or down there, I'm holding it all the way to 96. I've seen this chart pattern too many times in the years of trading to know that this is going to go all the way back to these structure highs. So definitely. I think OddCAD was going to do the same thing. And I'm kind of glad that we had some Canada news. Where's OddCAD at? Where is OddCAD? I just saw it right there. So I'm kind of glad Canada dropped it because it looks like it was going to do the same thing. It's actually, I should have got in. I should have held them odd CADs we had last week. We let them hit TP and just, we did a little scalp. But if this continues to push and breaks this black area right here, see why? Sharp move right there, right? So if it continues and breaks and then retest it, then it's going to come here, probably push back down, retest one more time and fly because I'm looking for these structural highs. Looking for structural highs. And this on the monthly. And how many times have you seen this on the M15? The reason why, because it was in the channel also. Always get to a point when you're trading to look for channels. It makes more sense. It was somewhat in a channel. What's the guy here? Where are the fibs? I mean, you can use the fibs. Fibs is just one tool, but this could have been a channel on the weekly and it broke out of it and just went up, and now it's retested that area and it looks like it wants to come back and take out these structural highs. You want me to put the fibs on? I mean, I can. Where you want it, from the bottom to the top of the structure right here? Might be a 50, yeah. It was close to a 50 rejection. There's the golden zone right there. I mean, it's above the golden zone. So obviously, if we know anything, if it's a golden zone, let's make this gold. Yeah, this RCAD's flying back up. So it was not, I mean, yeah, you could say this was a golden zone rejection because this whole area was a golden zone on the fib. So RCAD definitely, now that I see these fibs, I'm glad you told me to put these fibs in. The frackles, oh yeah. We haven't had a frackle show up on this monthly yet, but we have a frackle that showed on this 50 rejection. This is gonna probably come and touch these structural highs. Hush, whatever. Yeah, this is perfect. Break out a trend line, push up, retest for the frackle. I mean the 50. Come back to take out the structural highs. We have on the weekly, we do have frackles on the fib rejection and somewhat of a W. See how we always want you to trade W's, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders off of retest areas and pullback areas for a reason, because you're going to get less drawdown and it'll go in your direction. Yeah, very beautiful retest. It came back, retest, made a W on the 50. Now it's going to come back and touch these structural highs. This is beautiful. I wish I would have kept, last week we had an odd CAD trade and I took it to that structural high. And obviously you see it hit TP. I could have kept it. You know, I didn't go on the monthly and look at odd CAD. I don't know why I didn't, but it's okay. Maybe if I get another pullback down here to this 50, I'm getting back in. I'm trying to see when this move is going to happen. On AU, because I'm really loving this AU. I'm really loving this AU. It's going to squeeze and it's going to burst. You see frackles on the retail, on the area, on the H4, on the daily. You see we got the daily frackle. Even a day, see, I really feel like it might come back to this weekly. But if we get this double top, and it rejects and then wiggles down and just drops, then I'm okay with that. But I'm more bullish at this moment because of how GA looks and how, oh yeah, Euro AUD. Euro AUD looks similar to GBP odd. Let's see. Where'd it go? Sometimes this thing don't be want to come up. Euro AUD, Rwanda. Rwanda's a regulated broker. That's why I use their price. So it's doing the same thing. See, I had this in the other day, but it's in drawdown. I shouldn't have got in prematurely. I saw this big bull candle and I got in somewhere. I don't know where I got in, but look, it's almost at my stop loss. So, but just like GA, we have identified a trend, or the channel. Here's a channel. So the channel is definitely going down. And same thing with GA. Let's take this off because this I'm just gonna let that hit stop loss anyway. So same with GA. If whatever AU does, then EA will follow suit. If this continues to push back down to this trend and we get some bullish pressure to push it back up to here and obviously break this area of interest, then we get a retest. Once we get that retest, then we can take it back up to here. But if it comes down here and breaks this channel, this is gone. I don't know. Australia is very strong right now. I don't know what floor this will go to. At this point, it is so far down already. See, is it right there yet? Let's see. Did it get to this weekly yet? It's close to that weekly. So it being so close to the weekly, I feel like it's gonna come down there and touch that weekly before it go up. If it break this, if it stays below this weekly by the end of this week, because that's what a weekly support is. If it breaks below this weekly and Friday is over and the market is closed and it's below this, this is gone anyway. Oh, this is gone anyway. But I feel like it's gonna come down here and probably push back up. And if it does do that, then our AU setup that we have is probably going to be bearish. All we can do is wait. I'm gonna be watching them three. I'm gonna watch EA too. So I'm gonna watch AU, EA, and GA like a hawk. I want breaks out of these channels. I want retests of the channel, and we're gonna take all three trades together. We're gonna have all three of them in. And this is what most of when you, I don't know if you guys ever seen like signals, other signal chats, or bought any signals or anything like that. But what they say, I mean, what they do is they understand correlations, first of all. And that's why signal chats are so successful. They understand these correlations so they can throw out a whole bunch of trades. And you thinking, oh man, this signal chat booming. But they just put an AU buy in, a GA sell in, a Euro odd sell in, or whatever other odd that they're like, they're using correlations to trade. So your boy, your boy clowning one. Wine, your boy clowning on here. But anyone have any questions? Do you understand the correlations when I'm talking about Australia? How AU is the major, so how the major move is how the minors usually follow suit. Do you understand that? Any questions? Let me know. I wanna see what the Australia. This is the Australia index. Ooh, it looks like AU. Well, I mean, definitely. Your friend on he on there talking. This is the Australia index. As you can see, it's doing the same thing as AU. That's why I said AU is the major. So when you want to go and look at when you're looking at trades that are against Australia, always come and refer back to the Australia currency index. And as you can see on the currency index, it's doing the same thing AU is doing. It's in that it's wow, this is literally like AU. If I mark it up just like AU, we got the double top area, the trend line, got the little support right here, and that little area that I had right there. It looks bullish. All right, that's that weekly area. I already had it in. So the Australian dollar index, whereas looks just like AU. It's the same thing, literally. So yeah, I'm gonna be carefully looking at these because these gonna be the next trade setups. It looked like it want to just break, but here's the deal. What is it? It's not even, see, New York session is still going on. So if this breaks above on the daily, like when this day is over and it's above this double top, it's trading unvalid. I ain't even gonna look at it. So if this breaks above here, then we'll just probably look, see, that's not a lot. So if it breaks above this, I'm just gonna wait for it to come back to this weekly. And then when it comes back to this weekly, it makes a double top, triple top, head and shoulders, doji with a frackle, bearish engulfing. I'm looking for bearish behavior off this weekly. And then we'll take the trade anyway. But if Friday come and it's above this weekly, yeah, then we're gonna have to start looking for buys next week. Or next week will probably be 2 days of retesting. So when a weekly break and retest happens, it happens like this. So the candle will come up and break this, and then the next 2 days will be a retest, 2 or 3 days of a retest. And then on that fourth day, you got a big old explosion that happened. And you're like, why is it blowing past all my hour support resistances? Because it was a weekly break and retest. And it had to come up here, honestly. Here's the M, the neckline of the M. It had to come, it's probably gonna come back and retest this M on a higher time frame. And then we have this pullback area where it pulled back at. It's probably gonna sit right here. And then this probably gonna happen next year because this is all on a weekly. It's gonna sit right here, make some bearish behavior, and probably drop back down to this pullback area. Possibly. Not saying that it's definite, but there's many ways of looking at this. And the more we study the market, study the pullback areas, retest areas, and the more you look at this chart, I know it looks like jibber jagger. The more you look at it, it's gonna become easy and boring. What did JP? I need to look at JPY. Yep, it's on its way back up. So all JPY pairs are probably gonna dump because this is the Japanese yen currency. We have a frackle on the weekly, so it's gonna pull back to this area. So that means GJ, NJ, and all them probably gonna dump. And if AJ is dumping, then AU is going to follow suit. So we might have some bearish movement. We might have some bearish move. Yeah, weekly frackle. So Bruce put a sell in for AJ. Perfect. If AJ is dropping, then AU, okay, this just changed the game. This changed the game. So if AJ is dropping, AU is going to follow suit because that's the secondary. I'm glad we looked at that. So with that being said, I'm going to wait until I'm not gonna get in the sale yet, even though I saw that weekly fractal. This only has a daily fractal, right? Let's see. It only has a daily fractal right there. If another daily fractal shows right here, like this is the power of fractals. If another fractal shows right here, that means a weekly fractal gonna show up. As I can illustrate. You see all these fractals right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fractals on the daily. I bet you it was a weekly fractal right there. Bam, 3 weekly fractals because it was so many daily fractals right there. So I'm waiting for a double top and a fractal to show up on a daily. We're probably getting this sale. Because here's the secret to trading. Yen, the JPY yen and the US dollar usually moves the fucking same. Sorry for the language. JPY and our dollar usually wants to do the same thing. So if NU is dropping, NJ is dropping. If GU is dropping, GJ usually drops. And that's why sometimes you see AJ consolidating too much. And even the Chinese's dollar. I don't know if you ever looked, but like GBP versus was Hong Kong or some shit. So Hong Kong dollar, right? GBP, I used to trade this. GBP Hong Kong dollar. I marked it up a very long time ago. Let's get that crap out of it. You see GBP Hong Kong? Now check this out. Yeah, the Hong Kong and yeah, they pretty much look the same. So here's GBP Hong Kong and look at GBP USD. This is why I say they move the same. And Euro is the same way. So look at this chart. Let me take the fractals off. Look at GBP Hong Kong. You see that? Now let's look at GU. Looks the same, don't it? I'm gonna go back to it so you can see. GBP Hong Kong, GBP dollar. When I say that, oh man, look at this. We might have a trade set up right here. Anyway, when I say that the Hong Kong dollar, the yen, and our dollar likes to do the same stuff, that's power. Because now, if let's say your favorite pair is GU, well then you need to you can put GJ in. You can put GBP Hong Kong in now. You got multiple trades to put in. I'm not advising you to do it now, but when you get some experience and years into training and trading, you can do these trend trades right here where you could do GU. You could, oh, I'm gonna put a sell in GU. Okay, well, I'm gonna put a sell in GB Hong Kong also. And I'm gonna go over to GBP JPY. They come up. I don't know why I be doing that. GBP JPY, and I bet you GBP JPY bearish. I don't even have to look at this stuff sometimes. I already know what it looked like. Bearish. They're all gonna do the same thing. I even look, I got an illustration that it's gonna drop because I already knew that it was gonna drop and it's probably gonna come back and retest this area before it makes its move. Because at this point, this area is being tested and it's probably gonna get broke, even though it wicked it real bad. But you see, GJ bearish, GU bearish, GBP bearish, but I bet you GBP New Zealand and GBP odd, they're bearish too, but they're not all going to do the same thing, but they're going to do close. GBP Chef is bearish. Look, GBP Chef is bearish. You're dealing with GBP. It's a major. And this actually just wicked this area right here. This could have been a decent sale. Why didn't I see this? Too many pairs to look at. Look at this big wick off this retest area and then a drop. We could have gotten this trade. I'm over here scalping and taking pullbacks. We could have got this trade. And there's that support right there. It would have hit TP right there. We would have got in, TP, smack. The best advice I can give you guys, and I'm gonna get off here because I know this video is getting long, but the best advice that I can give you is the more you stare at these ugly, wicky candlesticks that we call charts, you won't even have to put these things in here. Your brain will put these in here for you, and you'll be like, sell, buy, especially with like having my fractals on. If I did this and took the drawings off, I can do the drawings in my head and tell you where it's gonna go because I literally stare at these charts all day. Yeah. Did anyone have any questions?
Yes.
What's going on? What's up?
So in the AU, you had drawn like you drawn the blue line as well as the red line. So that the trending line in the AU chart.
Let me go there.
Yes, this one. So how to differentiate, how to read it? I mean, either it could go up or it could go down.
Yeah, it could go up or go down. So basically at this point, I trapped it. There's a channel, there's a double top that could be right there. There's a retest area right there as a support. And then we have this just in case. And what I'm saying is this. If this breaks above this wick on the daily, then we're looking for buys at that point because it just broke that whole structural high. It's creating new highs at this point. So it will break and then it'll test this as a floor and it'll probably come back to this weekly. So there'll be a quick little buy right there. But if it doesn't break this on the daily and we go down to the H4 or the hour and we're seeing bearish behavior on the hour, or like, let's say we start seeing a double top right here, or we'll see the best thing for me, a break of this trend line with a bearish candle and then a retest, then we know it's going to come down and drop.
Okay.
Look, somebody put an odd CAD buy in the guy that trained me on these channels. He just put an odd CAD buy in. Let me look at this. We was just saying odd CAD was gonna fly. Oh yeah, he sees what I'm seeing. So
Okay.
but what he did is, because I went over this. So yeah, this is perfect where odd CAD is. We could have just really got in and been already in there. So he's taking odd CAD back to 94.45. So he's swinging it. Yeah, he the one that taught me most of my swing trading too. So he's swinging it back up. Because remember I said this move, this looks like the next move because that's the pullback off of the 50 projection. So this has to push back up. He's pushing it all the way up to 94. What is it? 94.4. Where is it? 94.465. So his TP will be well above this black line. That's smart. He's just getting in right away. But me, oh well, you know what? I would have got in. I wasn't paying attention today. I would have got in at that support line, and I would have already been in profit. I'm thinking about taking this trade. I ain't gonna lie. Because when it comes to news, sometimes news are just, you know, like as you see, Canada has some real good news. So it pushed the price of odd CAD down. But it ain't gonna keep going down. It's just gonna wick it and then find its way going back up. So I might get in this trade. And I might get back in GBP CAD, and I might get back in your UCAD. If I get back in this trade, I'm gonna put it on the charts. What did UCAD do? So UCAD wicked down here. See, we was up real big on UCAD, and that Canada news tore us up. I don't know what this area is. It's supposed to be down here. That was the support, the initial. So it just wicked the support. That's all it did. So UCAD might be ready to push back up. I'm gonna go in UCAD definitely. Reason why I'm gonna go in it because I was already in the buy anyway. Oh, this daggone thing. I hate when it does. It's just news. Just a little news. You'll see what happens as time go on. It'll continue going back in the direction. That's why I think, didn't Bruce get back in EuroCAD? I mean, yeah, Bruce is back in the buy for EuroCAD. So we still got that frackle off the support. See why it's a support? Right there. So I'm gonna get back in. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on the chat now, because this is a decent trade. All right. And then I'll put it on here too, so y'all can have it. Buy USD CAD. What does that take profit? 24,520. So TP would be 1.24 or 24,520 is the TP. And I like to make sure the stop loss is well below that support, just so we won't get stop hunted. And stop loss 22661. 22661. All right, I put it on the chat. If you guys don't know, I started with a $20 account. I don't know if you guys been looking at it, but I started with a $20 account, and right now it's up 75 bucks. And I just got in this UCAD trade, so I got a Bitcoin buy and a US versus Mexican peso buy, and now I'm in this UCAD. I'm gonna try to grow that $20 into 1,000. I've never done it before, but I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna keep the update on the Discord, like every day an update, even the losses and everything. You're gonna see exactly how easy it's gonna be for you when you get to my level to make money. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for motivational purposes, definitely. But yeah, what we got here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What is it looking like on the hour? So we do have an hour fractal off the retest area. I love seeing that. When I see a fractal, those are two confirmations for me, not even one. That's one confirmation for me. So I feel like it's gonna go back up. It's probably gonna take a while. London session might push it down a little bit. Then next New York session will probably push this back up. Because this is a New York pair. Canada and US shit, like this is a New York pair. So at night during London session, it moves, but it moves more during the US session. So we should be good on that. But any more questions before we get off here? Are you guys starting to understand this? Is, it's gonna get easier and easier as time go on. Let me make sure I'm still in that USD CAD. Yeah. I had a different. I'm tempted to take GBP CAD too. The GBP CAD pays more than US CAD. If I get in, I'll put it on the chat. No worries. All right, well, I will see y'all tonight. I'll be marking up some charts tonight. I'm probably gonna have a Bitcoin or a gold trade ready for you guys tonight. So stay tuned. That's at, what is that, at 10 o'clock Eastern? We'll do a Bitcoin and a gold scalp. Try to get us a few pips, and we'll move on from there. All right. I see y'all. If y'all got any questions, you always know to hit me up. Hit me and Bruce up at any time. All right. Peace.